Is there a kind of rowdy place that you played in last season that can kind of get you prepared for this one?
Yeah, I didn't play on offense against South Carolina, but that place was crazy. And then Georgia was really loud, but kind of that nighttime environment. South Carolina, I think that was like a 7:30 game too last year, game 2, right? Yeah. So kind of the same situation we're going into.
What does your position kind of require of you?
I have to do a better job communicating. When you're at home and stuff changes, you can sit there and you can just say it. You know, you got a mouthpiece in, you're sitting there, you might be a little out of breath, whatever, because you're 5 or 6 plays in, you can just say it. But now you have to yell it and you have to be loud, and it just kind of changes everything a little bit. I noticed that when we played Georgia last year, they were loud, and it just makes everything a little bit harder. You just have to yell more, and it takes more breath out of you, whatever, stuff like that.
Are you all using that Florida game from last year as motivation for this year?
Yes and no. We have in the situational stuff we have in the past, like, hey, you know, in a late game situation, this is how we have to execute something. But everybody knows that we need to go out and win this game, and we're worried about ourselves more than we are about them. We're not worried about, watching that game to motivate us. We know we're already motivated to go out there and play and beat them, because everybody knows about the streak, everybody knows about that stuff.
There's a little more talk on their end of things, at least early in this week, than usual. Do you think you guys have kind of got their attention in recent years a little bit?
Yeah, I think you could say that, but we know that talking trash doesn't win you a game. It doesn't lose you a game. Really, the only thing that can come out of it, no one's going to come up and pat you on the back after the game if you said, hey, we're going to win this game. You don't get attention for that. You can only get negative attention if you lose that game. So, I mean, none of our guys know not to say anything like that. No matter who we're playing, we're not going to go out and say we're going to beat them, guaranteed, whatever, just because we know that's not how it works.
A lot of coaches have been talking about Big George having a really great camp and a really just sort of consistent. What is it about him that made him a captain, that sort of made him have such a good camp?
I could go on for days about him. I've known him since we were both in high school, from the camp circuit, and kind of just how he handled everything. He's been a professional since day one. Since you can ask, and there's a reason he started as a true freshman. He's been a professional in the weight room, in the film room, and he's someone that really had to work to learn the playbook, and he did. And George knows just as much as anybody else, and he has immense respect from everybody, just because he's been a professional since he stepped on campus. And when I got here, he was only going into his true sophomore year, and he was my lifting partner, and he taught me how to be a professional already. So that's someone that I really respect a lot, and I think everybody respects, because he's pretty funny, so everybody kind of likes him.
He's really quiet with us, so I can never really tell.
Yeah, he is, just because he's humble. That's just the way he is, off the field. He's quiet, but he's cool, he's nice to everybody. Like I said, he handles his stuff. He goes to class. He doesn't show up late to weightlifting. He learns the playbook that he's supposed to learn, and he's a good player, and he's really mastered his craft.
When you were talking about the weight room and being his partner, what does professional look like in the weight room in that way?
Well, it sounds stupid, but just doing every rep the right way. I mean, it's easy for guys when there's 30 people in the weight room. It's easy for guys to skip a rep. But if you look at him, you can tell he hasn't ever skipped a rep.
Is anyone ever challenging him in the gun show?
Stenberg thinks he could, but he'll lose that. How to attack the weight room when you're tired, when it's 6 a.m. and you've already lifted 3 days in a row, and coach says line up, we got to go run, stuff like that. He's done that in the weight room, in the film room, on the field, off the field. So that's why he's a team captain. I'm sure he got a vote from everybody on the team to be a team captain.
Did you get your vote then?
Yeah, he did.
This is my lack of memory here, but were you in the rotation by the Mississippi State game last year?
Yeah, that was my first start.
What do you remember about what they were doing defensively? Do you think is that going to be
a lot of elaborate stuff? Yeah, they had a lot of good players, a lot of athletic players in their front seven. Their nose guards could move, their ends were long and lean, and their linebackers were fast. And I think that's kind of what Florida's going to be like. I think they have bigger bodies than Mississippi State, but their scheme's going to be the same. Obviously, he's the same defensive coordinator. So the similarities, they use athletic guys to move around a lot and to try to confuse the offense, try to get them in bad situations.